Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to install the HR management system in your Windows computer. So as you can see, I'm running a virtual machine. So let's get started. Okay, so before you can install the application, there are a few things that you need to have installed in your computer. One, you need Node.js so that you'll be able to run npm commands. And two, you need a server. So I'm going to be using XAMPP in this video, but you can use any other PHP server that you want. So yeah, I already have it installed. Okay, you are also going to need Composer so that you're able to install the Composer dependencies. So before you can do anything, you open up your browser and then head to the repository. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the repository. Now, if you have Git, you can decide to clone the repository. But if you just want things, a lot simpler, you don't need to have Git. You just download the zip. So click on code, download zip. And then yeah, make sure you download your XAMPP. And then make sure you download Composer and install them. Also download Node and install them. So if you want to download any of them, just go to nodejs.org and download the Node.js. If you want to download Composer, go to getcomposer.org. You'll be able to download Composer. You can just search download XAMPP if you want to, download XAMPP. Anyway, so once you download the zip file, we are going to extract the zip file, okay? So right click, then extract it. So I'm going to extract it. I'm going to extract it out here. So let's wait for it to, finish extracting. So this might take some time, so I'm going to fast forward it. Right. All right. So once your extraction is done, you open up the folder. You see Laravel Smart HR main. So I'm going to move that folder to my htdocs folder. But if I do that, I'm just gonna rename it to the project name that I want. So I'm going to call this Smart HR. And then I'm going to cut and go to my C drive, go to XAMPP, open up htdocs and paste the code there. Now once you have finished doing that, we're going to open up the folder. And then we're going to open it in the terminal, okay? You right click and then click on open in the terminal. This will open the folder in the terminal. So first, what we want to do is we want to install our Composer dependencies. I'm going to do Composer install. Now we're going to wait for it to finish installing. Okay. So this might also take some time depending on your internet speed. All right, so once the Composer dependencies finish installing, what we are going to do next is we are going to copy our env file here, env.example. So you see that we are going to copy and then we're going to paste. And then we'll rename the copy, okay? We'll rename it to .env. Press yes to accept, okay? And then what we are now going to do is we'll go back to the terminal. Then we're going to type PHP artisan. And we are going to say key generate. This will generate the application key, okay? Now, the next thing is to say PHP artisan reverb install. This will install Reverb. Okay. Now let's go and open the env file with Notepad. As you can see, we have quite a few things that we want to, set up here. One is the app URL. We're going to use smart HR because that is our folder name, if you remember. And then the database, we're going to change this to MySQL. We'll change this to smart HR. And then Reverb. Now, because we run the Reverb install, we will not need the old code here, so we're going to take it out. So we'll take this one out. We'll save it. All right, so let's close that. This is an old one, I think. So we are going to close that, and we'll open up our browser. What we'll do is we'll do localhost / smart HR. Oh, did I start my sum? So you have to start your sum, both Apache and MySQL. You have to start the two before you're able to run it. So let's refresh. You can see that it's opening up the project folder. So we'll go to public. So this is telling us about our database. Okay. So the database is Laravel node. So let's open the env file again. Make sure that everything is okay. This is our database. Okay. Yeah, so you see the hash, you have to take the hashes out. So let's do that real quick. Resave that. And then we'll go back to our browser, okay? If you refresh, you still get the same error. So what you need to do is you need to set up the database. And because we are using XAMPP, phpMyAdmin comes with it. So we are just going to localhost / phpMyAdmin. So because I'm on a virtual machine, my machine is going to be a little bit slow. So just bear with me. But as you can see, it's still telling us that the database is not there. So we'll have to create it, right? So you open up phpMyAdmin and create it. It's taking a while to load. I don't know. So once it loads, you click on new. And you create your database. Make sure that the name is the same as the one that we set in the env file, okay? And once you do that, the next thing will be to run the migrations, okay? So you go back to the terminal and then run php artisan migrate -- seed and press enter. So this will run all the migrations. It will create the tables, and the seed will, it will insert the default users like the super admin and the default employee that comes with the application, so that you will have some basic information to start with, okay? So once it's finished running, we are going to have to install our node packages too. So we have not installed that yet. So whilst it is running, Whilst it's running, just for the sake of time, we're going to copy this directory and then we'll open a new tab. We'll do cd and then paste the directory. So cd, and then what we'll do is we'll type npm install and then press enter. This will install all our npm packages for us. So let's go back to our previous tab. The seeder to install load running. There are lots of information that needs to be seeded, so it might take a while depending on your computer. So let's wait for the two to finish. Okay, so once the migration finished running, we're going to run the migration for the modules that we have. So we're going to run module migrate, that's C, and that's all. This will run the migrations for all the modules that we have, and it will seed any data that we have for all of them. So this finished up pretty quickly. And our npm2 has finished running, so we're just going to do npm run build. This will build all of our packages for us. Okay, so in the meantime, if we go back to the browser and refresh, our application should start to load up here for us. So I'm going to close this. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to close this too. So I'll just leave that load. And whilst it's loading, let's keep an eye on our builder so that we'll know if anything happens. So this is telling us that Vite is not found. So just give it a bit of time to, finish up. And yeah, once the modules finish building, this error to vanish. So yeah. All right. So whilst this is running, we are going to open our env file again so that we set the smart hr/public to be our app URL in the env file. So let's open it up here. It was already there, so we'll just add /public and we'll save it. Just to make sure that everything is consistent. So our node modules is almost done. So let's give it a few seconds to finish up. Okay, so that's finished. Let's refresh. You can see that our application has finished installing. You can log in with the super admin credentials. So yeah, if you don't want to use the localhost slash smart HR, you can use the uh, development server, and it should be running fine too. So yeah, this is it. So as you can see, it has been installed, but it seems my icons are not showing. So I don't want to make this video too long, but this is something that you can set up. It's from the app URL, so you can do that. And if you are running the local server, that shouldn't actually be an issue. Let's see. So you can use this, or you can decide not to build the node modules and just run npm run dev. That will build everything and serve it up, so it wouldn't be an issue. So yeah, as you can see, when you switch to the local server, icons load well. So it's from the app URL. I don't want to spend much time on configuring that. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or issues or anything, you can comment down on the video, or you can report the issue on the GitHub repository. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.